Gilneas didn't just fall to the Forsaken, it was fed to them by its own king. Behind these walls, proof that Genn Greymane sold his people for pride, power, and for cowardice. And to really kick this off, the first cut content of Genn, Blizzard planned to have crying children beg for help as he left them to the Forsaken. So please, sit back and enjoy, for this is a side of Genn Greymane Blizzard did not want shown. So the Greymane Wall wasn't built to protect Gilneas, it was actually built to hide it. While King Genn preached isolation, his nobles hoarded grain, letting their own people starve. Tax riots in Northgate were met with mass executions. Hidden in the Emberstone mine, mass graves. This was a cut content quest where King Genn called it a necessary discipline. Gilnean nobles seized Duskhaven farms to build their vineyards, starving outlanders who sought refuge. Lord Crowley's journals, another cut content, called it the Great Reclamation. The peasants called it theft. When Coltiran ships sank off of Gilneas' coast, survivors accused Greymane captains of sabotage to monopolize their own timber trade. Admiral Proudmoore buried the investigation to avoid war. And when the Northgate Rebellion finally rose up to fight the power, Genn crushed it, burying their bodies where the wall's foundations now stand. Now, the Worgen Curse, as you may know, wasn't an accident. It was a weapon, one Gilneas begged for. Archmage Arugal did not act alone, he had Dalaran's backing. The Kirin Tor approved his Project Alpha to weaponize the Worgen. Gilnean nobles funded it, hoping to cleanse the rebel cities first. There's actually a cut Silverpine quest where a Forsaken soldier mocks, "Your king sold you to the wolves." Darius Crowley knew of the curse, but believed it could be controlled. His journal revealed he lied to his own militia, calling it a temporary affliction. Now when the curse spread, nobles drank alchemist's silver, a cure that turned their skin to stone. You can actually still find their petrified corpses in the Gilnean city vaults. These vaults people rarely know of. They are in a phased version of Gilneas during the Worgen starting area. And I have gone through a phenomenal wild goose chase to try and get this. There are 5 map files for Gilneas. One of them has it. I have been through all of them and have been unable to find it, even in the alpha version of the game. Though I know of these and I know a few people have found them. I will eventually find it, and when I do, I will do a proper explanation as well as maybe a guide on how to see it yourself. Now, an extra 2 pieces of cut content that I found during this. Early Alpha Worgen were actually supposed to be mindless beasts, but players complained, so Blizzard made them noble, they made them more human-like, with less animalistic and a little bit more sentient. More cut content too, the nobles, during the initial outbreak of the curse, there's a quest that hints at the meat on their plates while they were feasting wasn't game. There is implication that they were feasting on peasants. Now, the Wolfheart novel, one that shows Genn in not the greatest light. Long before the Forsaken came, Genn stabbed his own allies in the back. He bankrolled rebellions in Lordaeron and Stormwind just to weaken the alliance. He hired rogue Gilnean privateers, the Gold Paw, to sink Stormwind supply ships during the Second War, forcing Varian's father to beg the Coltirans for aid. When Alterac betrayed the alliance, Genn secretly funded their exile nobles, hoping to weaken Lordaeron. There are hidden letters that prove he called it the balancing the power. After the Second War, a Stormwind fleet sent to reclaim Gilneas vanished. Coulter and spies later found shipwrecks near Kiel Harbour, scuttled by Gilnean cannons. An extra fun fact here, Mia Greymane, which was obviously Genn's wife, she was cut from the lore. There are a few Wowhead entries and a couple of other things, but she was originally the one who ordered purges of the dissenters, as well as his wife was patient zero for the Worgen Curse. There is a cut audio file of her saying, "What have you done to me?" She had volunteered thinking it was to make her immortal. So, when the Forsaken came, was it revenge or was it justice? Even Sylvanas didn't invent cruelty. She learnt it from kings like Genn. Honestly, my biggest pull from all of this uncovering is Blizzard realized they had created a true villain. One that, if it was brought to light, could never be forgiven. Removing this content was to help build the Gilneans into the Alliance and pave the way for a new and powerful ally of the Rin family. So those are the hidden gems and cut content of Genn Greymane. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I am trying to grow my channel, so any input would be really appreciated. Have a lovely day, and thank you for making it this far.